Okay, so this story, right? It's everywhere you look. I mean, you can't escape it. Sean Diddy Combs,
Yeah.
Diddy, the guy's a legend, right?
Hmm.
Music, business, you name it, he's conquered it. But
Now it's
now,
allegations. Serious ones.
in a lot of them.
Racketeering, sex trafficking. This isn't just like a little PR hiccup.
No, not at all. It makes you wonder what goes on behind the scenes, behind the fame.
Right. Like, how does this happen? Well, I think the first time people really started questioning Diddy's image was with Cassie Ventura's lawsuit.
Oh man, Cassie Ventura, that was huge.
And then this wasn't just some random person. They were together for years.
Years. And what she claimed in that lawsuit,
Disturbing stuff.
beatings, rape. She even said he forced her to use drugs.
And then remember that surveillance footage from the hotel?
That video was everywhere. Hard to ignore that.
Exactly. Seeing, as they say,
Is believing.
it seemed to back up at least some of what Ventura was saying in that lawsuit. I mean, the location, the way it happened. And, it's crazy, but even though the statute of limitations meant they couldn't prosecute him for that specific incident,
Which blows my mind. Like, just because time has passed.
doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Exactly.
But the prosecutors, they weren't going to let that video just disappear. They used it in the racketeering case.
Ah, so they used it to show a pattern of behavior.
Exactly. And the timing of everything is interesting, right? Because shortly after that video blew up, Diddy issues this public apology to Ventura,
Yeah, on social media, no less.
saying he was disgusted with himself, remorseful.
Big change from denying everything.
Makes you think, was it genuine or damage control?
Right, who knows? But after Ventura came forward, it was like
The open season
other accusers, and a lot of them.
started sharing their stories.
And these weren't just random accusations.
Mm.
A lot of them had similar themes.
Yeah, and they spanned decades. We're talking incidents with different women, all painting a pretty disturbing picture.
Forced drug use, assault, violence, and it all happened as New York passed that Adult Survivors Act.
Right, which really made people think about how many cases like this are out there, how many people stayed silent.
Because they felt like they had to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a powerful example of how laws can change things, give people a voice. Makes you wonder about the impact it'll have.
For sure. You know, one of the cases that really got to me was Dawn Richards.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, Danity Kane
Yeah.
making the band.
She was on Diddy's own show.
Exactly. So for her to come forward, knowing the scrutiny,
And she did it after his arrest, too.
she knew what she was getting into.
It was a bold move.
Yeah.
And, right away, Diddy's people pushed back hard,
Yeah.
saying she's just trying to get attention for her new album. It's a publicity stunt,
Wow.
trying to discredit her right out of the gate.
So who do you believe, right? This powerful guy or...
Someone accusing him of something horrible.
And it makes you think, too, are there other factors? Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Money involved.
Could be.
Revenge. Someone wants to get back at him.
It happens. Or just trying to jump on the bandwagon, get their 15 minutes.
It's messy. And, it's wild because Diddy's first response to all this,
Total denial.
he went on the offensive, denying everything.
Which, for a while it seemed to work.
The guy's a pro at shaping his image.
Right. But even before anything in court, things started changing.
Public opinion, right.
Exactly. He steps down from Revolt TV
His own network,
and those big business deals.
gone.
It shows you, in the social media age, accusations.
They have consequences.
Real ones. Even without a verdict.
So how does it go from accusations to an arrest? We had lawsuits, right?
Right. But those were civil cases.
Yeah.
This arrest, that means criminal court.
Whole different ballgame.
Entirely.
Okay, so for those of us who don't speak legalese, what's an indictment actually mean?
So an indictment means a grand jury, everyday people, they hear the evidence the prosecutors have,
Okay.
and they decide, yep, there's enough here to formally charge him.
So it's not about money anymore.
Not just about apologies either.
This is serious stuff.
This is potential jail time.
Yeah.
And for Diddy, those charges, they were serious.
Serious is putting it lightly.
It painted this picture, right, of Diddy not just involved in, one-off incidents,
Uh-huh.
but potentially the head of a whole criminal enterprise.
Whoa.
We're talking a whole web of alleged illegal stuff.
Like what?
Sex trafficking, forced labor, even accusations of kidnapping, arson.
Wait, hold on. Arson. Kidnapping. This is getting wild.
It's a serious escalation. And remember how Diddy went to New York right before the arrest?
Yeah, checked into that hotel just days before.
You
It seemed
can
like.
see, too.
His lawyers even said he was ready to surrender.
Right. But the judge, no bail.
Whoa, that's a bad sign.
Means they think he's a flight risk, a danger.
Yeah.
Not good. And it wasn't just about one charge either. The prosecution, they were building this case around Ryko,
Reiko. Okay, I've heard that one. Isn't that like mob stuff?
basically.
So they were saying Diddy was like the mastermind.
That's the implication.
That this wasn't just bad behavior, it was all calculated.
Exactly. And if they can prove that in court.
He is in big trouble. And Ryko, I mean,
Big time.
we're not talking about some slap on the wrist here. Those lawsuits, that's nothing compared to what he's facing now.
It's a whole different level.
And it changes everything, right? It's not about Diddy messing up. It's about,
Whole system.
like they're saying, Diddy built this empire.
But on a foundation of illegal activity.
And if that's true, I mean, his reputation, his freedom.
Everything's on the line.
You know, we've talked about the accusations, the legal stuff, but it's just sad, isn't it?
It is.
This guy, he was an icon.
Top of the world.
And now.
Facing accusations that could ruin him.
And the women involved, too.
Of course.
No matter what happens in court, they've been through a lot.
To speak out like that, it takes courage.
It does. And it makes you think about the whole music industry, right?
Absolutely, those power dynamics.
Young people trying to make it.
And you've got these huge figures like Diddy.
It's easy to see how someone could feel trapped.
Afraid to speak up.
And it's bigger than just Diddy, isn't it?
Right.
If this is all true, it means there were people who knew.
And didn't do anything.
Turned a blind eye.
Because it was easier that way.
It's unsettling.
It is. But like we were saying before, at least it's a conversation now.
Right. People are talking about this.
We're asking questions about power, abuse.
About how we protect people.
That's what matters.
And hopefully, things will actually change.
That's the goal. That people feel safe speaking out, that these accusations are taken seriously.
That people are held accountable.
Exactly.
Well, this deep dive into the case against Diddy, it's been a lot.
To say the least.
More twists and turns than a Diddy beat. And it's not over yet.
Not by a long shot.
Will his empire survive this? Will these women see justice? I guess we'll have to wait and see.